Hey guys, what's going on? TT here, coming at you with a new style of video, and if this goes over well, I might do it in the future. What we're going to be doing here is we're going to be talking about Elesa over 24 hours after release. Now, this is going to be based off of tier lists, other characters, what I've played of her, and what I've spoken to throughout the official Pokemon Masters Discord. So, all this stuff is subject to change. No one's perfect, and we might find out something new. But this is after she's been out for over 24 hours. The genuine consensus of her. Let's go to her and get her started. I'll do a quick breakdown. I'm not going full on. If you really want to see another quick a full breakdown, you can go on previous. She's got Spark, 42 power, moderate chance to paralyzation, Wild Charge, 125 smacking power, 20% recoil. X attack powers up, electrifying heals, and makes the next attack a critical hit for sure. And occasionally she will get a speed boost, and she can't get paralyzed, so not too bad. Her stats all laid out here. Got a good amount of health, 700 health, one of the highest in the game if I'm not mistaken. Decent speed, running around 300. Attack isn't the best, but not bad. And then her Shining Spotlight, Wild Bolt, 250 power. No additional effect at level 1. So let's break her down. In comparison to other characters, how does she fare? Well, her pros is that she is a wall breaker. Con on that is she's not the best wall breaker. And now I'm not saying she is a bad character. I'm just saying she does a job, but there's other characters that do that job better. When we're talking wall breakers, we will mention Olivia, we will mention Blue. There's cases where we even mention Chris, because while Chris's stats, she's got 229 attack, the difference is she's got Endure, which means she gets an extra attack out, so one of those attacks is essentially now doing 460 attack before X attack. So an extra move means double potency. 1 plus 1 is 2 here, guys. But going off of that same thing, and that leads me into what I'm about to say. Wild Charge, while it is 125 power, and while she has 270 attack, this is where she gets hurt. Quite literally, because of recoil. She takes 20% recoil damage, which in this state of the game is not good. Excuse that. It's not good currently. And if the recoil was 10% or 15%, she'd be in a much better spot than she is. But the issue with this is that 125 power, in many cases, that gets dropped to 62.5%. Why am I saying this? Because she does Wild Charge, and she hurts herself so much that she has to electrify. So Wild Charge essentially takes 2 turns there, striking its power directly in half. And critical hits that you get from electrifying following up will not make up for that damage, because it's only, I think, a 1.25 or 1.5 in this game amount of damage in comparison to normal. So you're really not making that back up. So even if her following attack was 1.5, that would bring it up to about 90 to 100 power. You still lost a solid amount of power, and when you round that out, combine it with the regular 125. That brings both those moves roughly down to 110, 100. And then you've got people like Olivia here, who her setup is X Attack, Hard as Diamonds, Stone Edge. And Stone Edge is 120, and that accuracy does not matter because of Hard as Diamonds. And she doesn't get hurt when she uses it at all. So you are getting the same thing from Olivia here. No recoil. And even with the sharply lower special defense, that doesn't affect her that much, because then physical attackers aren't going to hurt her, and you can pad that off. Now, when it comes to padding for Elesa, and a lot of people will be like, well, electrifying is healing her. Yes, twice. That not only is that 2 wasted turns that you spent healing, that also means that after 2 turns, she dies. Olivia could very well live like 4 turns, 6 turns. Will, another great character, he could live 4 turns, 6 turns, and still be just as good as he was before. Karina doesn't hurt herself, be alive 4 turns, 6 turns, and she has the same potency on close combat. Whereas to keep her alive, you would have to bring a whole extra character to pad her. These other characters do not require extra characters. Now, let me get into this again. It does not mean she is a bad character. She still has her strengths. She just is not she's not something, if it was a neutral pick choice, she's not someone that would get picked over Olivia. She's not someone that would get picked over even Brendan. She's not someone that would get picked over Blue. She wouldn't, I don't even know that she would get picked over Chris. And Chris doesn't fall in the same category as the 3, I didn't mean to click her. The 3 up here. Doesn't fall in Will. Will, I would take a whole video to actually explain why he's good. It's complicated, but he's very good. But that's what I'm saying. And even, honestly, I would even go to say that Hilda is probably better than her. And Hilda has the same problem currently, because recoil was just added, which means it's new. And it's not that people don't understand it. Like, I spent part of yesterday taking Elesa into EXs, even, to try her out. And she got bodied in the ones that she should be doing well in. Like the ones that you would normally take How in, she would get bodied. And there's some that she would do alright with if she was padded. But that's the problem. We can't afford to always babysit a character. And you need to understand that when it comes down to it. Because there's times where, yeah, you can set up to baby a character a little bit. You could bring a Cheryl. You could maybe bring a Skyla, but even in the video where I tried Elesa out for the first time, and I can do that again real quick, I took Skyla with potion and she still died. Because I think I have Brendan available right now. I can showcase her perfectly well right now. It's not going to be as good as if I showed her in co-op. Co-op really shows her issues. But here's a good team for her. Now, I could do better without Skyla, but Skyla and Elesa ship is canon to the fans. So. But these are 2 supporting characters, so she should be shining at her absolute best right now. With her setup, it would be something along the lines of X Attack, Wild Charge, Unbreakable Bonds, Wild Charge again. See, the recoil does slowly build up. A lot less in this case because it's not really an area she's doing well in, but at the same time, I've got 3 attack boosts on her. She should be doing really well with 3 attack boosts.
Ready to be stunned? Go!
And see, I just had to waste a turn healing. I mean, Whereas if I did this same thing with Olivia, and I'll show that next.
Work it. You know what to do. You can do it.
Here again, I'm healing her again.
Got it. Take that. I've got it. Work it. Oh, you know what to do. Go. You know what to do.
Now, what I'm going to do to make sure this is understood properly.
Never give up. Ready to be stunned?
Now, keep in mind, I made this work,
Okay.
but also keep in mind what I'm about to do here. I'm about to switch her out for Olivia. And explain why she's not bad, she's just, she gets outclassed really hard. Same thing, same one. Won't be changing anything except replacing her. Actually, you know what? I'll do Karina.
Leave it to me. As long as I'm here, we'll win.
To make it fair, because my Olivia is boosted.
I'll teach you what a real Pokemon battle is!
Okay, close combat, unbreakable bonds. Fire hit. Get on through.
Now's my chance. Let's go. You can do it. Let's go. Here goes.
Go!
Let's do our best. Go. Let's do our best. Let's go. Go. Let's do our best. Go. Oh, darn. Go. Let's do our best. Oh, now's my chance. You can do it. Never give up. Let's do our best. Let's go. Something went wrong.
See, I literally did the same rotation. Same rotation, almost to the point. Took less moves to accomplish. More damage was put out per second. Brendan died 2 turns sooner. Granted, Dusclops still did die, but that was more so on me for making a bigger mistake the second time. But the point is, this is a 3-star, normally a 3-star that is doing her job better. And Karina is not the best. And Karina took no damage for doing what she just did. And that was without Karina even properly setting up. I didn't put my Dire hit in first. I didn't put in Skate on through first. If I'd put those in, she would have had extra damage within the first turn. Like, literally, I didn't even set her up. I set up Elesa. That's not good. It's not bad, but it means she's outclassed. And that's like, that was pulling my punches. That wasn't me using Brendan. That wasn't me using Blue. That wasn't me using Olivia. That wasn't even me using Chris. That was me using Karina, who's a 3-star. Granted, I boosted her to a 5-star, but that doesn't change it that much. And this isn't me trying to bag on her. This is just like the day after. Exposing her problems. She's still a good character. It's just, if I really had to choose an electric type, I would probably be more likely to choose Hal. And that really hurts me because Elesa's a waifu. I really do hope she'd be fine if they would just change the recoil in reality. But as it stands now, that's her issues. And also, I would like to point out, I didn't use potion on Skyla that run either. I had to use potion on Elesa to keep her alive. To do worse of a job than Karina just did. I had to keep her alive so she could still do a worse job than Karina just did. Like, that's our issues, guys. For anyone who doesn't understand that. So, bottom line. Do we wail for Elesa? If you want her as a waifu, I say go for it, but I wouldn't if you're trying to bolster your forces. There's better ones you can go for. Maybe do the daily pulls, but I wouldn't flesh out your savings for her. And I'm sorry if I hurt anybody's feelings with that. This isn't just my opinion either. I've talked to probably about 20 people total on this. So, just trying to keep you guys from regrets, I guess. But if you do like the character, feel free to get her. If you disagree with me, feel free to get her. This is just my opinion, as well as kind of constructive stuff given from others that I've talked to. Take it easy, guys. And hope you have a really good day. Peace.